Hello, I'm Anne Redfern. Welcome to our kitchen here in Mallorca. Today Robert and I would like to take you through all the foods that you should not eat. And more importantly, we'd like to show you the range of foods that you should be eating to help you maintain great health.
Hi, I get to do the bad news bit. And the bad news is all the things that you shouldn't really be eating. But it's important that you get this right. These are called starchy carbohydrates. Everything you see is called starchy carbohydrates, and there are numerous reasons why you shouldn't eat them. If you read my book, The Miracle Enzyme, you'll see, I think there's about 14 reasons why not, but I'm just going to give you a few today. Basically, starchy carbohydrates are too high in sugar. That means that it causes inflammation in the body and it makes you fat and sick. It's also full of mycotoxins, that's fungus to you and me, and again, that causes inflammation. Starchy carbohydrates are generally full of gluten proteins, and again, gluten proteins cause inflammation in everybody, and some people are actually seriously allergic to those things. It upsets the hormonal system, having so much sugar in the body, and that causes thyroid and other hormonal problems. It upsets the digestive tract, it blocks the uptake of nutrients in the digestive tract, it kills the friendly bacteria. I could go on and on and on. People say I do go on and on, but basically there is no good reason for eating starchy carbohydrates. The people that tell you this, the dietitians, have all been trained at the same colleges, and the colleges are financed or certainly influenced by the food industry, because the professors are always, if you like, consultants to the food industry. And so everything that I'm saying now is the science-based. What they're saying is food industry-based. So let's just go from the front. Okay, egg noodles. For some reason or other, people think that noodles are healthy because they're an Asian dish. They are not healthy. They're still made from wheat. They're still unhealthy, starchy carbohydrates. Potatoes, whether you bake them or you eat them as chips, obviously the more, crisps and chips and stuff like that, fries are just really, really bad. But even baked, they're not good. I know there's a little bit of vitamin C in the skin, whoa, but you're eating a solid lump of sugar, because everything else beyond the skin is solid sugar. And you wouldn't give your child, you wouldn't give it your husband, you wouldn't give it your wife, you wouldn't give it your partner that much sugar. And that's what you're eating. And again, full of fungus. Well, surely whole grain is good for you. No, there's no reason why you would say whole grain is good for you. It might be a little bit better because there's a few more nutrients in it, but it's still got exactly the same amount of sugar. It's still got exactly the same mycotoxins. Still got the gluten proteins. Still causes digestive tract dysfunction. No reason for it whatsoever. Rice, the favorite rice. Is rice healthy? It's Asian. Everything Asian is healthy. It's just not true at all. To eat rice is a new concept. People haven't been eating rice for thousands of years. They ate sprouted rice. That's rice grass to you and me. And this concept is new. In fact, when Asians started eating white rice about 100 years ago, they had all sorts of B vitamin deficiency problems, and there was a massive epidemic of B vitamin deficiency diseases. Potato crisps, they might be tasty, and you might see them in pretty bags, and you might see organic, and you might see all sorts of ways of marketing, but that's marketing. It's not truth. Marketing is not truth, and the truth is potato crisps are bad for you, seriously bad. When you high bake any carbohydrate like this, you get something called acrylamides, and acrylamides are cancer-promoting chemicals, and the studies were found nearly 10 years ago in Sweden. They've been proven all over the world. There is no reason why starchy carbohydrates is not sold with a warning on the packet saying this food will cause you cancer. Because if it was anything else, if it was a packet of cigarettes that caused so much cancer, you would see it everywhere. Starchy carbohydrates gets away with it. Well, surely croissants are healthy because the French eat them and they're healthy. This is it. Starchy carbohydrates are starchy carbohydrates. Croissants, whole grain pasta, just the same. Whole grain muffins, just the same. All these things. Organic must make it better, mustn't it? No, that's just a marketing ploy. These are high baked. They've got all the problems with them that I've said, plus these are the highest level of acrylamides of any food group. So you're getting up to 3,000 times the permitted dose of acrylamides in just a slice of that thing there. Is Pepsi Light okay? Because that hasn't got sugar, Robert. That's got no carbohydrates. Well, that's true. I have to agree. But it's got so many other chemicals, including the chemicals which are sweeteners, which are purported to cause all sorts of problems, from cancer to Alzheimer's. You know, nobody should drink these, and if anybody's going to drink them, it should come with a warning on the can: this will seriously damage your health. And to give it to children is, well, you know, it's crazy. Sugar, brown sugar. Are we going to eat any sugar? You are going to eat some sugar occasionally. Is brown sugar healthy? No, but it's slightly healthier than white sugar. So in moderation, if you're going to have to bring sugar in, have some brown sugar there. And last but not least, brown bread. Everybody eats it for breakfast, for sandwiches, whatever. Must be healthy. We don't want that white stuff. We want brown stuff. It makes no difference whatsoever. Bread is toxic for humans, and wheat is toxic for animals. Animals fed on wheat grains live 1/3 of their natural life compared to animals that are fed on grass. We need to eat our real foods, and Anne's going to be talking about that next. I've got one food group on the median line, because there's your red line. If you cross the red line too much, you're going to get sick, seriously sick and diseased. If you stay on that side of the line, mostly, then you're going to get healthy. Why would I have a banana on the middle line, on the just crossing, straddling the line? Well, because bananas, I know they've got potassium in them, but, you know, that's not a really good reason to eat them, because an avocado is much higher in potassium and many, many other nutrients, but hardly any sugar in it whatsoever. And so, high in sugar, so only eat bananas in very, very strict moderation. And that's just a few of the foods, but basically, just don't eat processed foods. All these are processed. You couldn't eat them in their natural state. You couldn't go to a field and start eating wheat grains and oat grains. You have to process them. If you have to process them, it's not real food. That's Robert Redfern with the bad news. Anne's coming next with the good news.
Okay, I get to show you a range of some of the foods that you should be eating. Now, first of all, I'd like to start with the vegetables. So down at the front here, we have the sweet potato or yam. Now, that is your alternative to the regular potato, and you can do anything with that you can do with potato. You can bake it, you can fry it, but it really is a healthy alternative to a potato. So if you're not familiar with those, try them. Next, we have red pepper. Red pepper, very versatile, raw or cooked. Carrots, I'm sure you all know what carrots are. If you're buying any of these vegetables, try and buy organic. Try and go for organic with any vegetables that you can get. Here we have broccoli. Broccoli is a super green vegetable, and if you don't like it, it's about time you got to like it, because it's essential. So try the broccoli. Here we have one of my favorites. This is asparagus, and that is very easy to cook, and it's a really, really flavoursome vegetable. Here we have beans, green beans. Again, use them in anything. Here we have leeks. Leeks are an alternative to onion, but they're a much more mild flavour. So again, if you haven't tried leeks, do try them. Here I have a bag of organic, of course, rocket, and that's a leaf that you would use in salads. It's very, very tasty, very peppery flavour, but very interesting. If you've never tried it, do try that. Here we have aubergine and onion and courgette and cucumber. Again, very versatile. Here we have cauliflower. Cauliflower is a very versatile thing that you can use. You can also cream it. We do have a recipe for creamed cauliflower. Look at that if you're interested. It's very, very interesting. Here we have beetroot. Beetroot, again, you can have raw or cooked, but if you eat it raw, much more nutritious, lots and lots of minerals in beetroot. So again, get used to trying that if you're not familiar with it. I'll just go over this way now, and here we have beans and pulses. Beans and pulses, wonderful for you, lots of protein and lots of other things in them. We have dried ones here, which are a little bit more difficult to cook. Here we have in the jars, or you can get them in jars or tins. Again, you can use them straight from the jar, and they are very, very versatile for all sorts of different forms of cooking. Here we have nuts. One of the best nuts you can eat is the almond. I'm sure you're all familiar with almonds, and that's the almonds there. Here we have mushrooms. There's a huge range of mushrooms, and if you are not familiar with all the different ranges, do give them a try, because they're very, very versatile, and especially if, like me, you don't eat meat. Sometimes the mushroom is, it just gives food that little extra if you feel like it, so do try mushrooms. Here we have sprouted wheat bread. Now this is wonderful. Read about that on the website. This is something you would use in place of bread, but without any of the side effects that you would get from bread, so do read about that one. Okay, I think I've covered everything there. Here I'm going to go to salt. Now salt, you are probably told that you mustn't take. That is processed salt. This is essential. This is sea salt, full of minerals, and you need it every day. Okay, here we have some oils that are wonderful for you. We have hemp seed oil and we have olive oil. Use both of them in your diet daily. You need to get those oils into you. Okay, here we have the alternative to rice. This is quinoa. This is actually a seed. It's not a grain, as most people seem to think, but you would use it in place of rice. Again, very versatile, but full of good nutritional value. Try that. Here we have spelt pasta. This is actually lasagna, so it's sheets of pasta. Again, that's not no wheat in that, so it's something you would use as an alternative. If you can get hold of that, try it. Next, we have jam or fruit spread. This is fruit spread. There's no sugar in that one. You can buy them in the shops. Look for them. That is extremely good. Here we have honey, one of my favorites. If you're going to use honey, try and get organic or Manuka or one of the blossom honeys. I'm sure you're aware of the properties in honeys. If you're not, do read about them. Okay, now we're on to the fruits. And first of all, I just want to show you bottled fruit. This is black cherries. Black cherries are extremely good. These are actually not in syrup, they're in their own juices. So if you're going to buy them, try and get them in their own juices. But again, a very versatile thing to have in the house, in your store cupboard. Here we just have all the range of fruits. We've got most of the ones you're familiar with. I'm sure you know all about these. One of the best fruits you can have are the dark-skinned ones. So your berries, your plums, they are the ones that are full of more antioxidants than your light-skinned ones. So do try and get those into yourself most days. Eat them as a snack or a breakfast. They're essential. Now we've got some dried fruits. We have got dates here and apricots. Again, very, very versatile and very easy to eat as a snack any time of the day. Right at the front here, I've got pomegranate. Pomegranate nowadays is much more accessible than it ever used to be. Here I'm very lucky. It actually grows on the trees here, but that's just me being very lucky with that. I use that in salads, very, very nice in salads, or just as a fruit if you're eating fruit for breakfast, have pomegranate with it as well. And then last but not least, we have the wonderful avocado. Now, if you don't like avocados, please change your mind and start trying it. It's very versatile, but it's so, so good for you. It is full of fats. But the fats in avocado are the fats that are essential for you, essential for your skin, for your heart. Read about avocado, but do please get used to eating them every day if you can. We are actually trying to grow them here. We don't know yet how it's going, but we hope we're going to be able to grow our own avocados, but we'll keep you updated with that one. And I think that is it. I think I've covered everything here. So if you have any questions, please email us. If you have any recipes that are your favorites and you think other people would like to hear about, please share them with us and we may be able to show them on the website. But for now, thank you.